Hi there, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Now. Today is Tuesday, April 19th on this snowy day. I am Stephanie Haney here with your top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Thank you very much for being here for the stories that matter most to you here in Northeast Ohio. These are the stories that you are clicking on, reading, and sharing from our website and our app. And we'll start with a big one this afternoon. If you had Tuesday plans to go to the ballpark, those are going to have to be postponed because the Cleveland Guardians game tonight has been postponed again. Our sports anchor Nick Camino had the details first. The game against the White Sox will be postponed again tonight, and there will be a traditional doubleheader set instead for tomorrow on Wednesday at Progressive Field. We've got those details on WKYC.com. And it's because of the snowy weather, the snowy cold weather that we are experiencing today here in the Northeast Ohio area. Here's your 3-day forecast. Today, lingering snow and rain showers, a bit blustery, lows in the mid-40s. Tomorrow on Wednesday, there will be sun and variable clouds throughout the day. It'll be a little bit warmer in the mid-50s. And on Thursday, it will be windy with scattered rain. We are going up and up and up as the week goes on in the mid-60s for those temperatures. Our 3 News meteorologist Holly Strano says by the weekend, we can look forward to temperatures in the 70s and even close to 80 degrees, which will be a welcome change for sure. Like we have been saying, the weather does kind of give us something to keep guessing about here in Northeast Ohio in the springtime. Okay, turning now to a serious story involving a former Mayfield Middle School teacher. 36-year-old Daniel Carson has now been sentenced for multiple sex charges. He is a former teacher at Mayfield Middle School and high school track coach. So he was sentenced today after pleading guilty to multiple sex-related crimes. Now, before sentencing, Carlson said this: "I'm sorry for taking advantage of you. I'm sorry for treating you as an object. I'm sorry for the shame and embarrassment." This is because between September of 2019 and June of 2021, remind you, at this time, Carlson was in his early to mid-30s. He had been found to have used pseudo usernames on social media apps to engage in sexually explicit conversations and solicit juvenile victims for sexual materials, including photos and videos. That's according to the Cuyahoga County Prosecutor's Office. Some of the victims were his former students or athletes. The investigation by the Mayfield Heights Police Department and Ohio Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force showed multiple times involving 8 victims ranging in ages from 14 to 17 years old. So today, he was sentenced to serve between 10 and 13 and a half years in prison. We have the full details of all of the charges that he faces, that he has pled guilty to, on WKYC.com. And big news today, it was yesterday that a federal court in Florida struck down a mask mandate on transportation. And after that happened, lots of places took their own mask mandates and threw them out the window. Basically, major airlines and many of the busiest airports dropped those requirements on Monday. Some of those airports and airlines, United Airlines, Delta Airlines, and Alaska Airlines, all said they would be dropping mask requirement for domestic and international flights. So did American Airlines, Southwest, and JetBlue Airways. This is after the Transportation Security Administration announced it wouldn't be enforcing the January 2021 security directive. This applied to airports, airplanes, taxis, and other mass transit. Now, these places do have the option, though, to keep mask rules in place. So things could change from city to city. So don't throw out those masks just yet if you have travel plans, because your requirements could be different depending on where you take off and where you land. For example, passengers on a United Airlines flight from Houston to New York could get rid of the masks at the departing airport in Texas and while on the plane, but they did have to put them back on once they landed at Kennedy Airport in New York or taking a subway. So with that in mind, yes, they are going to be different at different places. So we have an ongoing list of mask requirements, places where they have been lifted in Northeast Ohio transportation systems. We have that up on WKYC.com. Some of those places where mask requirements have been lifted already include Cleveland Hopkins International Airport, Akron Canton Airport, and the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railroad. No longer requiring masks. For an up-to-date list, make sure you head to WKYC.com and the WKYC app. Now, we are learning, 3 News is learning, that the Walmart store in Mayfield Heights will close its doors next month. It will be officially closed to the public by Friday, May 20th. This is the location at 6594 Mayfield Road. And we heard from a communications director for Walmart that said it was not made lightly. It was made through a thorough review process. And what it comes down to is that it's an underperforming location. They said it has no reflection on the hard work of the employees at that store. And that director, Felicia McCraney, said that they are hopeful that the people working at that store will continue their career with Walmart by transferring to another one. They said that all associates at the store will be eligible for transfer, and that there are 21 stores in and around the greater Cleveland where they could work, and 15 of them are within a 30-minute drive of that Mayfield location. Not necessarily a 30-minute drive of where those people live, but definitely a 30-minute drive from that current Mayfield Heights location. So again, that will be closed to the public by Friday, May 20th. So if that is your local Walmart and where you're used to doing your shopping, plan ahead, because you're going to have to find somewhere else to do that come the end of May. Now today in Berea, with the snow on the ground, Cleveland Browns players arrived at Berea for the first day of off-season training. And they were having some fun with it. John Johnson III was throwing snowballs around. We saw that. Johnny Stanton posted a photo, and he said, "Cleveland, never change," out there in the snow. Andrew Berea was all smiles, pulling in his car and wishing everyone a happy spring as he came in through the snow. Some of the newcomers that were caught on camera as they arrived posted on the Cleveland Browns social media sites. Controversial quarterback Deshaun Watson, who continues to face 22 lawsuits over sexual allegations. And then also wide receiver Amari Cooper, noticeably absent from the people today in Berea, Baker Mayfield. Multiple reports saying he was not there and would not be there for this first day of training. Now here's an interesting idea. Can Cleveland become a 15-minute city? Experts say it is a real possibility, and this is something that Mayor Justin Bibb is looking towards. He talked about this last week during an address in his State of the City speech that was on Wednesday last week. This is a new concept. He wants Cleveland to be the first 15-minute city in North America. This is something that took off in Paris and has gained some popularity during the pandemic. So the idea of a 15-minute city is that everything you need is within 15 minutes. And so people in the Bibb administration, Matt Moss specifically, who's a planner with the Cleveland City Planning Commission, said that it is a reality that could be achieved, and that's what they're striving for with a new city plan. So they says what happens is it starts with the city that we have now, then you ask residents what they want in their community, what they need in their community, how they want it to grow and change in order to make it more accessible to the things that they want in their day-to-day lives. And the idea is the city is not this concrete jungle that people come into work and then leave and go to their homes, which are separate places. It's where people live and work and enjoy recreational activities all within a 15-minute circle. So the idea is to look at what cities need, and in some places there are needs that aren't there, but in other places it's more things like fixing up the sidewalks so that everyone can accessibly get to these places, like grocery stores, parks, schools, and workplaces. Here is what Dr. Darcy Friedman, an expert in the space, said. It's not just necessarily we don't have a store, but you need to get to the root of the issue of why there is no store there and how you can address those root problems, and that's how we can get to the space where Cleveland could potentially become a true 15-minute city. So we do know that is a goal, and we'll continue to watch what happens there as Mayor Justin Bibb's administration continues here in Cleveland. Now, Verizon Wireless is trying to become more competitive in the employment space. It's raising its minimum wage of most employees to at least $20 an hour. Now, that's nearly 3 times the federal minimum wage, which, by the way, hasn't been raised in 13 years. So in a press release, Verizon said that all new customer service or sales employees can expect this new rate, and that current employees in those categories who aren't at that $20 an hour rate will have their hourly wages automatically increased. Also, there will be sign-up bonuses for retail specialists and assistant manager positions right now, and the bonus amount will depend on the various roles and the various responsibilities. By the way, if you're looking for a job, you can see current job listings for Verizon by clicking on a link that we have on WKYC.com. We have that for you to check out there. Something that is coming back that people are very excited about is the Jurassic World Live Tour. That's coming back to Cleveland. It'll be at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse again from October 7th through the 9th. Those tickets go on sale to the public starting April 26th. Pre-sale is open if you are a Jurassic World Live Tour preferred customer. Ticket prices start at $15, and if you go to the show, if you haven't been there, what you can expect are things like the fan favorite Velociraptor Blue and the Tyrannosaurus Rex, more than 40 feet in length. And all of these are life-sized to scale animatronics, and there are performers there as well, operated by those performers. And it's quite the show. And if you're not going to be able to make those dates in Cleveland, it'll also be in Columbus from September 29th through October 2nd, and Cincinnati from October 13th through the 15th. And we are ending on a very happy note today here on 3 News Now, because I am happy to report that the Mexican pizza is coming back to Taco Bell menus nationwide. Mexican pizza was taken off the menu in November of 2020. Taco Bell said to leave a lighter footprint on the planet because they said the packaging accounted for a lot of paperboard material per year in the U.S. Now, Taco Bell didn't necessarily explicitly say if they have addressed this packaging issue. We hope that that they have, but the people have definitely spoken, because there was a petition on change.org with nearly 200,000 signatures asking for Mexican pizzas to be brought back. So, beginning Thursday, May 19th, that will be the case. They will be back on the menu nationwide. You can get that Mexican pizza. Rapper Doja Cat was the first to announce this from her set at Coachella over the weekend. And then from there, of course, we all got the good news that Mexican pizzas will be back, because truly they are the most delicious item on the Taco Bell menu. And for me, I just get them with black beans instead of the meat, because, you know, I don't eat meat. But very tasty, and you can have it back in your mouth starting May 19th nationwide. Good news. All right, that's it for your 3 News Now update today for Tuesday, April 19th. This is Stephanie Haney. I will see you back here tomorrow with more 3 News Now.